You hear that sound? That bell isn't ringing for lunch, it's ringing for you to get back on the wheel. That delicious slice of cheese you bought for 10 units last year. Now it costs you 15 units. But wait, the cheese got smaller too. The whitecoats didn't tell you, did they? They snuck into the lab at night and shrunk your cheese. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how they did it. Hello subjects, I'm Subject 001. Today I'm going to tell you about one of the maze's sneakiest traps, inflation, also known as the whitecoat's secret method of shrinking our cheese. Let's start with a simple story. In our maze, there are 100 rats and a total of 100 slices of cheese. Each rat can get one slice. The system is balanced. Everyone's happy. But one day, the whitecoats pumped 100 more slices of cheese into the maze. Now there's 200 slices, but still only 100 rats. Can each rat now get to slices? No, because the cheese got smaller. This, subjects, is inflation in its simplest form. More cheese doesn't mean more value. As the amount of cheese increases, the value of each slice decreases. Economists call this the decline in purchasing power of money. I call it the whitecoat's silent heist. So where does all this extra cheese come from? Who's pumping it into the maze? Let me show you the whitecoat's most secret room, the cheese printing center. In the real world, they call it the central bank. What's inside? Giant machines printing cheese non-stop. But pay attention, this cheese isn't made from real milk. It's synthetic, artificial cheese. Just like the money central banks print, there's no real value behind it. Cheese used to be backed by gold. For every slice of cheese, there was actually a slice of gold in the vault. But in 1971, the whitecoats said, "Gold, who cares?" And now they can print as much cheese as they want. So why do they print so much cheese? Because the whitecoats need to finance their spending. Expanding the maze, building new tunnels, installing security systems. It all costs money, and they make you pay for it, silently without you noticing. But wait, the story doesn't end here. The whitecoats developed an even sneakier method, shrinkflation. They keep the price the same but shrink the product. And you don't even notice. Chocolate bars got thinner, chip bags are half air. Toilet paper rolls got narrower, everything shrank, but nobody told you. Because the price stayed the same. You just thought, okay, normal. And the worst part, official inflation numbers don't reflect this. The whitecoats say inflation is 3%, but if the cheese shrank by 30%, what's the real inflation? That's exactly the question they don't want us to ask. Shrinkflation is a form of psychological warfare. A price increase makes you angry, you notice it, but size reduction, the brain struggles to detect it. And corporations know this very well. They don't see you as a rat. They see you as a test subject. Now let me give you some real-world examples. In 2020, the whitecoats did the biggest cheese print in history. Using the pandemic as an excuse, they pumped trillions of units into the maze. What happened? In 2022, inflation skyrocketed. Think about Argentina, or Venezuela, or Zimbabwe. Places where a wheelbarrow of cheese couldn't buy a loaf of bread. In 20 years, money can lose 95% of its value. This isn't an experiment. This is organized theft. And here's the bitter truth. Inflation doesn't affect everyone equally. Rich rats converted their assets to gold, real estate, stocks. Inflation inflated their wealth. But wage-earning rats, their cheese melts a little more every day. Now, you have to ask yourself a serious question. Do you genuinely believe the whitecoats, those technocratic elites running the show, have any actual desire to stop inflation? Of course not. That is a comforting lie. The reality is that inflation is their greatest weapon. It systematically erodes the massive debts they have accumulated while simultaneously inflating the value of their vast assets, from real estate to stocks. The entire economic system is rigorously engineered to work strictly for them, not you. While you are trapped running their endless, exhausting maze just to survive. They are sitting comfortably at the finish line, laughing as they eat the cheese. So, how do you actually manage to survive and thrive inside this confusing, twisting maze? It is not easy, but if you want to make it out with your wealth intact, let me offer you some essential survival tips. First, you must never hold your cheese merely as cash. That is a rookie mistake. Cash cheese is perishable. It is like ice sitting in the sun, silently losing its nutritional value every single day. If you hold on to paper, you are slowly bleeding value. Second, shift your focus entirely toward real, tangible assets. I am talking about the historic stability of gold, the growth potential of stocks, and the concrete security of real estate. Why? Because these hard assets are immune to the manipulation of the white coats. They cannot be devalued by that relentless printing machine they keep running in the background, which only serves to dilute the cheese you have worked so hard to gather. Third and most important, increase your financial literacy. The white coat's favorite subject is one that doesn't ask questions. You ask questions, research, follow this channel. Because an awake rat doesn't get caught. We have successfully decoded this specific sector of the maze, subject. By now, the realization should be sinking in. You finally understand the exact mechanics behind why your slice of cheese your hard-earned. Purchasing power is constantly shrinking before your eyes. However, do not mistake simple awareness for freedom. The exit door is not located in this lesson. Merely seeing the cage does not break the bars. You must tune in to the next video, where we will finally hand you the blueprint to step off the hamster wheel entirely and stop running for their amusement.